With the NASCAR 2010s era complete, I thought it was time I reflect on the biggest upset winners during that time period. The following drivers included in the top 5 make the list for becoming the youngest winner, or winning in just a short number of races attended, or at an unexpected moment. Oh, and FYI, the following list is just my opinion on the upsets. Just want to clarify that and get that out of the way in case certain types of people antagonize and despise my, and even others' respectful opinions. Now we've got that out of the way and dusted and said, let's begin with our feature presentation. Number 5. Eric Almirola, Daytona 2014. When Richard Petty signed him in his legendary and iconic number 43 for the 2012 season, he expected potential and consistency from Eric. He would do his best in mediocre equipment, possibly even having a race win in the bag in the fall Kansas race. He did at one point, but a tire blowout and losing control and spinning coming off of turn 2 with 95 laps to go cost him. Tire management really got the better of him later in the race. But we're going to fast forward to Daytona 4th of July Sweepstakes 2014. On this particular day, Almirola led 14 laps. It would turn out to be the final 14 laps of the Coke Zero 400, because the rains came and stopped the race. In the end, the call was made and Eric Almirola was declared the winner, bringing the number 43 back to victory lane after 15 years. And on the 30th anniversary of Richard Petty's 200th and final career win, which came in the very same event 30 years prior.
Finally, we get a huge thunderstorm, and NASCAR says we are done today. Almirola gets the win.
Number 4. Regan Smith, Darlington, 2011. Had this moment been a different story, and if Regan Smith was the winner of a particular NASCAR race, which many fans know what I'm talking about, this would not make the list. But because of Smith's quote-unquote win didn't count in the 2008 Talladega Fall race, his lone career victory at Darlington makes this list. In the 2011 running of the Southern 500, favorites for the race win were heavily Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, and even Carl Edwards, considering the skills they have at the egg-shaped facility. But no one expected an upset winner, which is rare in the event. Regan Smith for Furniture Row Racing had to hold off a hungry Carl Edwards, who was closing fast, ready to pounce at the right time or when Smith made a mistake. He would make a mistake tapping the wall coming off of the second turn, but Smith held his ground and held him off in the final 2 corners to claim his first and only win in his Cup Series career.
Looking for his first Sprint Cup win. Edwards to Carlin flag. Smith gets the flag, and this time he'll get to keep it.
Even though Regan Smith wouldn't win a race from that point on, Furniture Row Racing would win a whole lot more races, even a championship. Number 3. Chris Buescher, Pocono, 2016. Front Row Motorsports was certainly on the front row of the podium at the conclusion of the 2016 running of the Pennsylvania 400. Chris Buescher, in his 27th Cup Series start, gambled to stay out a little longer during green flag pit stops. Once he had done so, the caution flag came out due to foggy conditions. The race was halted as minutes and an hour passed by. Once the fog was there to stay for the rest of the race period, the officials made the call. Chris Buescher was the winner. His first and so far only career victory, and the second for Front Row.
Chris Buescher is your winner at Pocono.
Number 2. Justin Haley, Daytona, 2019. A year prior to the 2019 edition of the Firecracker 400 in the Xfinity Series race, many race fans, including myself, thought Justin Haley won the Firecracker 250, but he didn't. Because of NASCAR being incredibly strict on the yellow line rule, the win was taken away from him, giving it to Kyle Larson instead. But 1 year later in 2019, that sweet taste of Daytona glory would come unexpectedly. In the Cup Series, no less. Here's how he did it. The race was under caution due to the big one unfolding on lap 119, taking out notable favorites such as Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Alex Bowman, the list goes on, as there were a total of 18 cars involved in the calamity. During the caution period, Kurt Busch and crew chief Matt McCall thought the race would be finished before the rains came. As a result of that agreement, Busch came in for his pit stop, giving the lead to Justin Haley, who was at this point making his third career start. Haley would lead just one lap in the whole entire race, and it turned out to be the most important one. The best moment Spear Motorsports could hope for. A win in NASCAR's top Premier Series. And they got their first ever win in Cup competition in less than 20 starts. And Justin Haley pulled off one of the biggest upsets at the age of 20, becoming the youngest winner of the Firecracker 400, which would be the last, since it won't be during 4th of July sweepstakes this year and beyond.
You are a Monster Energy Cup Series winner. Can you believe it?
It's absolutely a blessing. It's pretty incredible that I have so many great people around me that have given me this opportunity to come and to this level and the stage that we're performing on. Obviously, Todd and my family have done a great job, but the Fraternal Order of Eagles, everyone at the FOE, has given me this opportunity, Spire Motorsports. It's truly a blessing. I never even saw myself running a Cup race until I got a call a few months ago to do Talladega, and it's just unreal. I don't know how to feel.
And not only is Haley the youngest winner of the event, he is one of the youngest winners at the Daytona facility. And that particular other young winner won the Daytona 500. Number 1, Trevor Bayne, Daytona 2011. Now, the Wood brothers have a rich history with the Daytona track, with 9 wins in the Coke 0400, which is a record that still stands today. At the time of 2011 Daytona sweepstakes, they also won 4 Daytona 500s, with the first in the year of 1963 with Tiny Lund. Others were in 1968 with Cale Yarbrough, 72 with AJ Foyt, and of course David Pearson's lone Daytona 500 win in 1976, after tangling with Richard Petty, and both finished the race with damaged cars in the process. The race team failed to contend for another Daytona 500 crown with 2-time 500 winner Bill Elliott for a few years. In late 2010, the Wood brothers called up Nationwide Series regular Trevor Bayne to drive their iconic number 21 at the Fall Texas race. He would do decent on the day of the race, finishing in 17th on the lead lap when the checkers flew. With Elliott switching teams for 2011, Wood brothers had Trevor Bayne as their driver for the upcoming season. It turns out the move would pay off. In just his second Cup Series start, he would do the unthinkable. After turning age 20 a day prior to the big race, Trevor Bayne did what he could to lead the final 6 laps en route to his lone Cup Series glory.
The party for Kurt Busch and Montoya, and here they come through turn 4. Gilliland, former pole sitter of the 500. Edwards has room underneath. Now he pushes Trevor Bayne. It's over. Trevor Bayne is going to win the Daytona 500. Unbelievable.
Happy birthday, Trevor Bayne, 20 years old. Are you kidding me?
First win in 10 years for what is now a part-time team out of Stewart, Virginia and Concord, North Carolina. Daytona.
History would be made on this particular day, considering he became the youngest Daytona 500 winner and gave the legendary Wood Brothers a sweet taste of Daytona 500 victory after 35 long years, and giving the organization their 98th Cup Series win. And there you have it, my list of the top 5 NASCAR Cup Series upset winners of this past decade. If you enjoyed this video and are new to this content in particular, I suggest hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with new videos I'll be posting soon. Also, drop a like if you really enjoyed this video. Now then, with that being said, cheers to a great 2020 season that's already heating up, and see what the rest of the year, let alone the decade, has in store for us. I'm Calvin Marshall, signing off the mic. Thank you for watching from start to finish, and until next time, peace out and have a good one.